The Yellow Kid, 1894. America is hacking up smoke, welding steel into the skyline, and cramming immigrant families into rooms barely big enough for a broom. In the middle of this industrial carnival, a bald kid in a pale yellow nightshirt strolls in, smiling as if he's already read the joke and knows you're the punchline. The Yellow Kid crashed the gates, yanked the spotlight, and made the country stare at its own reflection in ink. Richard Felton Occult wasn't scheming to upend the media, he just wanted to draw, but he accidentally jammed pop culture into the engine of capitalism and jump-started a century-long street fight between freedom, spectacle, and America's endless appetite for distraction. The first Hogan's Alley strips hit just as cities were splitting at the seams, packed with people hungry for stories that didn't require a dictionary or a stiff drink. Newspapers were gray jungles, columns choking out sunlight, until color printing crashed the scene like a carnival barker with a megaphone. Pulitzer hurled cash at Sunday supplements. Outcalt attacked the page with crayons, as if trying to drive out a demon. Suddenly, the Yellow Kid, shirt-screaming ads, grin daring you to look away, chaos boiling in the background, became the first real mascot of mass media, who actually spoke to the masses. Immigrants, kids, workers, finally, a comic that didn't make you crawl through hoops of language. Democracy, written in ink and attitude. But every miracle leaves a mess. The comics that blew open the newsroom windows also cracked journalism's ribs and let sensationalism dig for loose change. Attention got converted into cash. Outrage became the daily special. Listen close, and you can hear the first gears of the headline machine grinding in the dark. Hogan's Alley was a tenement funhouse. Dogs brawling, laundry waving surrender, neighbors shouting from fire escapes like prophets on the corner. Outcalt roasted the slums with humor that only grows in street crevices. The Yellow Kid's nightshirt was a billboard, mocking America's new obsession with advertising and self-promotion. The same strip that dragged the invisible into the spotlight also flattened them into punchlines. Visibility without dignity, the classic American shuffle. And because this is America, the volume cranked up. William Randolph Hearst crashed the party, grabbed Outcall from Joseph Pulitzer, and turned the Yellow Kid into a weapon. Suddenly, two papers were running dueling Yellow Kids because copyright law was still mired, chasing its own tail. Outcall lost control. Readers couldn't tell which kid was real. Journalism started dashing toward melodrama like a drunk chasing a cab. Competition meant bigger headlines, faster presses, more fireworks, but it also shoved the fight over ownership and control onto the front page, a fight that still hasn't ended. Then arrived the hangover. The same crowd that crowned the Yellow Kid king got bored and drifted away. Between 1896 and 1898, Outcalt scrambled for new tricks, fresh strips, new backdrops, gimmicks by the handful. The kid faded. Still, like an obstinate ghost with bad timing, he kept showing up. Vaudeville borrowed his attitude. Early film stole his punchlines. Outcalt spun Buster Brown into a merchandising goldmine. Scholars dug him up decades later. Even a 2020 reboot proved the small gremlin still had juice. Scrape off the nostalgia, and what's left is a story about ownership, creativity, and capitalism before those words got embalmed as seminar buzzwords. Outcalt made something new. The market pounced, wrung it dry, and tossed him the scraps. Sound familiar? It should. This is the modern entertainment machine in miniature. So why dig this up now? Because the Yellow Kid drew the blueprint for modern media. Pulitzer and Hearst were the first tech barons, engineering public moods, turning spectacle into a weapon, molding reality one headline at a time. Outcalt's loss of control was the dress rehearsal for every creator steamrolled by a corporation with lawyers stacked to the ceiling. Today's memes, political cartoons, and graphic storytelling still borrow from his battered nightshirt. And America's tangled feelings about poverty and immigration, sympathy knotted alongside mockery, were already baked into those early panels, showing how media wires itself into the national nervous system. It's an autopsy on American freedom, commerce, and creativity. He's the first pop culture mutant, the first childhood mascot for sale, journalism's first wild fling with spectacle, and the opening round in the endless street fight between creators and the corporate machines that chew them up. If you want to understand today's culture wars, start here. A barefoot kid wandered out of an alley in 1894 and rewired the American press while nobody was watching. In the modern era, we're still stumbling through the media maze he built, trying to keep freedom honest, commerce on a leash, and creativity breathing somewhere inside the machine. If the Yellow Kid taught us anything, it's that culture survives in the uneasy alley where liberty and conscience square off, stare each other down, and nobody blinks.